Well, most of us have it once or twice a day at least, but the traditional cup of coffee has changed for the worse. As the varieties and the sizes have grown, so too have our waistlines and chronic illness. Here's Brian Seymour with a story about coffee that'll have you thinking twice before your next cup.
Look, correct me if I'm wrong, but this is in many ways more of a meal than this pile of donuts.
That is the same amount of sugar as we've got in almost a dozen of these donuts.
We've grown up hearing you are what you eat. Now it's time to think about what you drink. These two here, what would you have for lunch if you wanted to...
This actually has fewer kilojoules than this one does, about 650 fewer kilojoules. So in fact, you'd have been better off, and you'd feel fuller, and you'd feel like you'd had a meal if you had this.
This large Gloria Jean's iced chocolate with whipped cream has more energy, triple the saturated fat, and 8 times the sugar of this Red Rooster chicken and chips. We invited nutritionist Joanna McMillan-Price to evaluate 4 comparisons of popular drinks we find in coffee stores around the country and how they differ in energy, fat and sugar with these foods. They reckon in the UK they can prevent 15,000 cancers a year in overweight people if they cut these drinks out of their diet, which would mean here on a population basis you'd be talking about 5,000 cancers. 5,000 fewer cancers. Is that
absolutely
about right?
That's phenomenal. That is absolutely phenomenal. That's what the Australian Cancer Council estimates is 1 in 3 cancer deaths could be preventable by these kinds of changes.
The UK-based World Cancer Research Fund tells us water is the best drink, but tea and skim milk coffee are fine. Avoid adding cream or sugar, and no more than 4 cups a day. This is how astonishing it can get. We compared this Domino's Supreme Pizza, thin and crusty, with this Hudson's coffee. It's a small Vienna. Now you would think there would be no comparison between having this and 2 pieces of Supreme Domino's pizza. How surprised are you to learn that there is twice the fat in this coffee overall than there is in those 2 slices of pizza, and more than 3 times the saturated fat?
Which is phenomenal, isn't it? I think most people realise if I have pizza, I'm having something that's fairly fatty, I probably don't want to have too much of it. But they don't think about it with drinks. Now, it's important to point out that it's not the coffee. Often coffee gets the bad name. It's what's going into that coffee.
There's a beautiful old saying, isn't it? A moment on the lips and a lifetime on the hips.
Fitness trainer John Fell sees many health kicks fall off the rails because people think they're cutting down by having a drink.
Really, I think they're more like milkshakes than coffees, a lot of these big tall ones with lots of cream in them.
It's no surprise there's 25 grams of saturated fat in this McDonald's double quarter pounder. The stunning thing is, in this Starbucks signature hot chocolate, you'll find there's 15 grams of saturated fat.
Avoid cream, avoid the sugar syrup shots. You can get about 8 teaspoonfuls of sugar in one single syrup shot.
Oh, God.
Not to mention the additives, the colourings and flavourings and whatever else is in there. So that's what to skip. You go for more of a traditional Italian style coffee, ask for skim milk, and you've got something that has very few calories.
You have the legal right to know what is in the food you buy, and most takeaways do provide it up front. But Gloria Jean's coffee does not. You have to ask for it, or perhaps write in for it. We emailed a request to their head office for their nutrition information. Here it is. It took a few hours, but they sent us 88 pages. This is their nutritional information that you can request from head office.
So the public can get it, but my concern is, you know, you're a reporter who has clearly researched to get this information. What member of the public is going to phone head office and ask to be sent just to find out how many calories are in their drink?
This brings me to the pyramid of donuts.
Actually, we've got a match here. They have exactly the same sugar content, but that doesn't mean go for eating 12 donuts. But this drink is a calorie bomb. You're getting a huge amount of sugar, 129 grams of sugar in this one drink. That is absolutely enormous.
So if you're going to drink a large Gloria Jean's Chiller Coco Loco, you're going to need to swim as fast as you can for an hour to burn that off.
This is evil in a cup, isn't it, from a nutritionist's point of view? I mean, this has 129 grams of sugar, 2,670 kilojoules of energy, right there. Skull.
No chance. If you're a woman and you drink that, that is a third of your total calorie intake for the day.
Worse still, we absorb the energy in liquids more efficiently, yet they often leave us feeling as hungry as a ravenous animal. They're not designed for humans, are they?
No, we're not designed to have such a concentrated liquid form of calories.
Who's bad?
That's Brian Seymour there, and you can find a detailed breakdown of the comparisons we made along with links to research on our website. Coming up soon on